Hi, my name is Joel Anunebatosana from ABCom 3-1. My chosen story entitled God Says the Truth But Waits by Leo Tolstoy. Russian author Leo Tolstoy, who was born in Yezdiana, Polyana, is regarded as one of the finest authors in history and as master of realistic fiction. War and Peace and Anna Karenina, two of Tolstoy's well-known works, are recognized as among the best books ever written. The aforementioned works are also used as illustration of realistic fiction that powerfully captures a view of the human condition. His works are praised not as works of art but as representations of human life, since they explore a variety of approaches to human experiences. Ivan Dmitrich Aksinov, a prosperous merchant from Vladimir who resided with his wife and young children, is the subject of this tale about his alleged journey to this Nizhny fair to sell his goods. As Aksinov was about to leave for his journey, his wife was reluctant to let him go because she had a nightmare about him returning home with gray hair. However, Aksinov just laughed and took the dream as a sign of good fortune. Along the way, Aksinov meets a fellow traitor with whom he spends the night in Anden, has with, and spends the night in close quarters. At first sight, Aksinov continued traveling, and 25 miles later, he made a decision to stop and fed his horses. While he was sleeping, two soldiers and an official arrived and started questioning him about his connection to the other merchant he had tea with the night before. The man's sliced throat was later discovered to have caused his death when the authorities began a comprehensive search to Aksinov's possessions, where they have already uncovered a knife smeared in blood. Fear overtakes him. They took Aksinov into custody. When his wife visited him in prison, he requested that they petition the Caesar, something his wife had attempted to do but failed to do. Aksinov is asked by his wife if he actually committed the crime that made him cry. His wife then begins to have doubts and believes that since he has left, God is the only one who is aware of the truth and to whom he should make his case. He consents to his punishment and he is assigned to the Siberian mines. Aksinov, who had whitened hair and lengthy beard for 26 years, had become pious. He also had trouble walking and stern attitude. Among prisoners, he has developed a reputation for being a fair man. A new prisoner named Makar Semyonich, who is around the same age as Aksinov and hails from the same hometown, speaks one day and describes his journey to Siberia. A new prisoner named Makar Semyonich, who hails from Aksinov's hometown and was convicted of stealing a horse he had just rented, shows that there one day, the enigmatic response Semyonich gives to Aksinov confirms his suspicions that Semyonich is the one responsible for the death of his fellow merchant. After Semyonich confesses to his crime, the story ends with Aksinov no longer wanting to go home and simply wanting to die. However, by the time Aksinov is expected to be released from prison, he has already passed away. The decision shows that even in the world turns against you, God is the only one who can tell the truth. The fact that people don't always trust what you say should serve as a constant reminder that God knows the unavoidable truth that cannot be altered. Additionally, it demonstrates inequalities in society and the fact that lies can be said and innocent people can be held accountable for crimes they did not do. The acts of characters in relation to their unique circumstances are understandable given a psychological perspective on how the selection is seen. For instance, in his wife experienced nightmares about what would occur, she might act reluctantly by refusing to want her husband to depart. Second, action of initial panic after learning of the death of his fellow merchant who passed away in a nearby room is representative of how someone could initially feel. Instead, we should have an open mind to not immediately be deceived by lies. We should advocate for truth and to think critically by not focusing on just a single side. The selection also makes us think that injustices can still be prevalent in today's world, and may it be an eye-opener to us to never easily judge a person. The story had a very tragic ending wherein Aksionov succumbs to his death the moment he is set to be freed. I commend his character for remaining true to his core by being a good man despite being wrongfully sent to jail for something he did not do. I was also disheartened by the fact that he got framed and it really changed his life.